Yeah, hello again, scrubbers. Friday evening here. Thought I'd go ahead and clean up one of these A-frames. I've got a couple of them out there. I'll try to zoom in a little better. I'll try to clean up some of this copper on the outside first. Get it out of the way, it makes it a little easier. On here you got your copper, but this little connector here is all brass. So usually I'll just cut it as close as I can and then throw it into brass. I'm just going to set it aside for now and get in here, try to clean this up. Thought I might try a little experiment and see which is easier to, some call these macaroni noodles or whatever. See if it's easier to cut it on the outside of the tin or between the tin and the aluminum fins. You cut it on the outside, all your noodles fall right off. Cut it on the inside, they stay put, but then you got to pry them out or just sell the copper tin ends as they are. I've never sold them that way, but I have heard people doing it, so I'm not sure all yards have a price for that or not. But of course, your ends got solder on them, so it's all number 2. Try to keep this short. I volunteered to go into work tomorrow, so I got to go in 2 hours earlier than normal. So that means I got to get my bedtime a little bit earlier tonight. I'll sign up for it and regret it right afterwards. But you'll throw a little extra money on the paycheck. To get me that much closer to retirement. Get these bills paid off. Your copper prices are doing pretty good. There's several areas that are at or above $2 a pound now for Bare Bright number 1 and some number 2. So I might call the yard next week and maybe take mine in. Yeah. Oops. Drop one there. Hey, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I want to invite you to subscribe. I try to show some of the loads I bring in, some I take off. Try to show how I tear different stuff down. If there's something you'd like to see, you can look through my videos or you can request it. I'm going to set that one down. And sometimes on these, the tin will be bent over so you can't get a clean cut, so you have to take pliers or channel lock something and bend them back. But both of these are nice and straight through. So I guess on this one I'll go on the outside, so these things are going to kind of fly everywhere. And on the other side I'll go to the inside, and I'll see how hard it is to pry the tin off of here, as how hard it is to get the copper off the tin. I'll probably find a copper piece of the pipe on the floor for months. What I try to do, I try to give the sawzall a little twist where the cutting edge of the blade is kind of aimed towards the tin. I do that so I don't wander away. Watched a video the other day, the girl was up on something, she was standing on top of the thing, bent over cutting them. I mean, they get to my back. Okay, as you saw, these went on there, so now they'll have to be picked up. And again, as I say, this time I'll go on the aluminum fin side, and I'll angle it towards the tin, so hopefully it'll keep me real close. That end's a little rusted, so I'm going to start here on the good side. Actually, you know, that almost looks like it does have a little fold going in towards that, so I'm going to go ahead and bend that outward. Make sure I can stay in close. That might hold me, that would hold me a hair a little ways out from the metal. And the more copper that's sticking out away from the metal, the harder it is to pull these out. And especially if you get some aluminum. Get some aluminum that's stuck to the back of the tin. That will help. That helps hang onto the copper, and it makes it pretty tough. Okay, back again. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. It might be better if I turn it this way. I don't know if you'll see the back side of the blade though either, but. And I got the rusted end up there again. It's a lot easier to line the blade up if you got a good edge. I think the finer the teeth on the blade, the better too. You even hear sometimes a lot of those will fall off. But if they all pop out, then you don't have to worry about prying them. Yeah, sometimes this really... Harbor Freight has a kind of a clamping device, kind of like a vise in a way. Looks like a sawhorse. I'm really thinking about getting one just for doing these. But at $100, I'm kind of reluctant about getting it. Yeah, I'm going to try my other Sawzall. Be right back. Yeah, blade doesn't look too bad. This one's corded, so it'll have a little faster RPMs. Might even have a little more weight. And I can also lock the blade in, so I don't have to hold my finger on the trigger. Okay, there we are now. So usually I do these one of two ways. I use like a big straight screwdriver and just get in there and pop them out like that. Metal's kind of weak there because of the rusted and decayed. And sometimes it's easier just to add a little bit of aluminum on that one. Sometimes using channel locks works good because you got that rounded edge down here. I'll see if I can't zoom in a little closer. Maybe you can see what I'm doing a little better. Got that rounded back on the channel lock, so a lot of times that works good for getting leverage. But like I said, a lot of times just a good flat screwdriver works good too. You get it close, normally they'll pop out good, but like I said, you got to have a pretty fine blade, so you can see how rough that looks. Yeah, so the finer the blade, the better. The smoother that cut is, the easier it's going to pull through the holes. Might cut a little slower that way, but sometimes they can be a battle trying to pull them out. So now we got clean number 2 copper there. Just that little bit. There's a whole lot more that's laying on the floor, but I'll pick them up off camera. Okay, now see what we got to do here to get this off. Worst comes to worst, I can always go back and cut it on the inside again. I think the way I did the other one is probably going to be the easiest. Some of these got copper sticking out there, so that's going to make it hard to pull them through. Unless I can get in there and get hold of something and try them. And maybe if there's really nothing in there to get a bite against. The spins just bend. Try a needle nose. Needle nose can get in between the tubing. And now that's just kind of rolling, but getting in there where you can get that leverage, that might be another tricky situation. Not sure how well the hammer will work. So, that's not doing too bad. Coming off the outer ones, just using that claw. Could turn it over, get these pulled out of the way. So whichever flavor suits you, this isn't too bad. Might be better than, that might actually be a little better than trying to pry some of those out if you don't get a good cut on it. Because sometimes I'm getting them noodles pulled out of the tin. First one I did can really be a battle sometimes. This one went pretty good. A lot of them go pretty good, but once in a while you get one where you get away from the tin and get 2 or 3 layers of aluminum in there, and then it becomes a battle. Hey, if you're not subscribed, if you learned something or enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I try to keep it educational, entertaining somewhat, and still got a long way to go. I got a pretty good sized pile there. You can see I've still got some aluminum radiators there. I thought about doing one of those in tonight's video, but I figure I'll get some of those later. Got another A-frame coil back there, and a few more furnaces over here in the shade. Got that old propane bottle. I need to figure out what to do with that. But hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to get off here and get this thing uploaded to you. So you guys have a good day, and happy scrapping, folks. Bye bye.